So following Francis Ngannou's title defense last night, Tyson Fury, WBC, Ring Magazine, and lineal heavyweight champion of the world, has called him out. Said that you only made $600,000. If you fight me, you can make a lot more. Now, many people point out this is very similar to the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight or fiasco, however you want to call it. But my response would be to that is that Vladimir Jr. had been retired from the sport of boxing for 2 years at that time, and we all knew it was a one-off. Where Tyson Fury is a WBC heavyweight champion, has a mandatory. We all want to see him fight Usyk, or should Joshua be Usyk-Joshua? Instead, he's calling out a UFC fighter because he knows that fight will make a lot of money. But it's not. Maybe it will capture the interest of casual fans. And I'm definitely going to watch it because I like Francis Ngannou. But I know damn well that Tyson Fury is going to win that fight. I saw Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou was tired in the first round yesterday. In a very low action fight. It was very slow paced. Imagine going in there with Tyson Fury clinching and mauling and putting his weight on Ngannou. Because Ngannou, I believe he's only 6'4". He's not that tall. Tyson Fury is 6'9". He can win all over Ngannou. And he can make it a very ugly fight. Now, there's really not that much of an appeal for me or to most boxing purists. Now, should Ngannou land his best right hand, he might be able to knock out Fury, but I doubt it's going to happen. Obviously, since this is a heavyweight fight, he's going to have a much more appeal. Ngannou is going to have a better chance at upsetting Fury than McGregor did at upsetting Mayweather, because it was a welterweight fight, much harder to lose by one-punch knockout. Mayweather considered one of the greatest fighters of all time. No one rationally considers Fury one of the greatest fighters of all time or one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. I know a lot of people have tried to make that argument, but it would be a hard argument to make. I've heard people saying that Tyson Fury should be ranked already above Muhammad Ali, which is just bizarre. Just look at Muhammad Ali's resume. He has probably 15 elite wins, 20 elite wins. We'll do a review of Muhammad Ali's career on a different day, but it's just bizarre to even try to compare them. Where Tyson Fury, yeah, you can say he has 2 legit elite wins. He has 2 wins against top 5 heavyweights. 2. The second Wilder fight and the Klitschko fight. That's it. No, it's still a really good resume, but it's not set in stone yet. We need to see him fight contenders and beat the contenders. Now, if he fights Francis Ngannou, I hope he fights Dillian White first. My understanding is Ngannou has 1 fight left on his deal or has to sit out a year. My understanding, just reading tweets on Twitter. In that case, Fury would have fought White and maybe another fight. Now, I'd like to hear your opinion in the comment section below. Would you guys be interested in that fight? I definitely am not interested. I hear a lot of boxing pundits saying Ngannou should take a couple fights against journeymen. I highly advise him against that. Like, who would he fight? Eric Molina, Johan Tahapas, Artur Spilka, Marius Vak? Who would he be fighting exactly? Kevin Johnson? Who? All those guys I named would beat him. Guys who have been knocked out in the first or second round by the elite heavyweights, by heavyweight prospects, not even elite heavyweights. Artur Spilka was knocked out in the first round against who? I don't even remember his name, the guy that knocked him out in the first round. I'm going to take a quick look at it. Artur Spilka was knocked out in the first round, I guess a guy who I think is unknown. I think even Artur Spilka was a favorite against that dude. Just give me 1 second, bear with me. Artur Spilka, he got knocked out by Lukas Rozaneski in 1 round. A couple fights before that, he got knocked out by Derek Chisora in 2 rounds. A couple fights before that, he got knocked out by Adam Kownacki in 4 rounds. Like, that guy who's Artur Spilko has been knocked out several times, who was a title challenger at one point in his career, he would probably beat Francis Ngannou. Eric Molina, who was just bamboozled by Alan Babbage, is the only word to use. If you watch that fight, you would know what I mean. Was completely ripped apart by Alan Babbage. Was dropped in the very first 10 seconds of the fight. That was dropped 3 times more in the second round. He would also probably beat Francis Ngannou. Not probably. I'd pick Eric Molina to win that fight. He should, if he would want to go to the boxing way, he's obviously doing it for money because he's not going to win a title in his life. He should go straight into the Tyson Fury fight or Deontay Wilder or whoever he wants to fight. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Dylan White. I don't know who he wants to fight. If he wants to fight Tyson Fury next, because Tyson Fury did call him out, jump straight into that fight. If you manage to win a round, it would do great for your marketability again in the boxing match. Just like how McGregor winning a couple rounds early in the Mayweather fight did great for him. Where McGregor, if he didn't lose, I forgot who beat him. The guy that beat him like 3 times. If he didn't lose against him, Dustin Poirier. If he didn't lose to Dustin Poirier in the rematch, he would have probably had a huge fight against Manny Pacquiao. Now, Francis Ngannou, everyone was afraid that he might lose yesterday to Gain, I think his name is. He won. So now he can still get a Tyson Fury fight. If he can win a round against Tyson Fury and then get stopped maybe rounds 3 or 4, he could probably come back again and fight Dylan White, because him and Dylan White have had beef for a long time. And yeah, that's my opinion about this. I don't give Francis Ngannou a chance in hell in boxing to be an elite boxer. He should jump in straight into the Tyson Fury fight, because if he wants to fight journeyman and pad his record a bit, he's going to get exposed very quickly. And he's going to get knocked out very quickly against guys that would get knocked out by any journeyman or prospect. Like Artur Spilko right now is below a prospect. A guy like Lucas Brown is below a journeyman. Artur Spilko and Lucas Brown are below journeyman right now, and they would probably knock him out. I know some of you are going to say about Artur Spilko beat Thomas Adamek back in the day. Lucas Brown beat Ruslan Shagayev back in the day, but that was way back in the day. These guys both suck. All due respect to them, they suck. They're not even D-level fighters. You can make a good argument they're F-level fighters. But guess what? Those F-level fighters did probably beat Francis Ngannou in a round or 2. But that's my thoughts on this. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you be interested in Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou fight? Are you supporting Tyson Fury in the potential Francis Ngannou fight? And you give Francis Ngannou a chance against Tyson Fury? Like and subscribe and enjoy the video. Stick Boxing out.